All right, so let's go to Leonard Fournette. And look, tell me this isn't something that sounds realistic. Who loves bringing in? I mean, Leonard Fournette's not even that old, but in running back years, he's still kind of old. Who loves bringing in veteran running backs and says, we're going to run the ball? Pete Carroll. I could totally see Pete. Look, he's never going to say, oh, this rookie running back or second-year running back, he's our guy. Look, he like was rooted for Chris Carson and was always backing up Chris Carson. But I think this makes complete sense to me. Look, I think the Bucs have other priorities, and I do think they're going to bring in a running back or two, which we'll talk about in a second here. But I totally see – look, they're going to keep DJ Dallas and whatever other guys they have on their practice squad or whatever, or on the second-year deals. But I think that they're going to bring in a guy like a Fournette. And we just heard Russell Wilson talking about wanting say in personnel and bringing in help and being aggressive. So I mean, I don't know where else, because he's not going to get huge money, I don't think. And I think he does, after winning a Super Bowl, he probably he doesn't want to go play for a terrible team. So I could totally see Fournette on the Seahawks. What about you, Joe?
So I might be different than, everybody here, but I'm going to say out of all of these running backs, this is by far the guy I value the second most. Maybe even more than Aaron Jones, to be honest, because I just think Leonard Fournette is a great player. I think that he had some attitude issues and maybe he didn't jive well with Jaguars, and I don't think he wants to end up in a bad situation again. So I do think you're right. I do think after winning a Super Bowl, he will make a little bit of a sacrifice on that money, and Aaron Jones will probably get paid more than him, or will definitely get paid more than him. But I do think that he's going to try to end up in a winning situation. And that's where I actually like the Buffalo Bills, even more so than Chris Carson, because I think Leonard Fournette is a little bit younger, if I'm not mistaken, than Carson. He's definitely he's had less injuries. He can catch the ball, I think, better than Carson. And that's not a knock against Carson. I think Carson's good at catching the ball, but Fournette was nobody knows. Nobody talks about it, but it wasn't Jacob. I think you and I.
It was 2 years ago.
He was number 2 behind CMC, right?
He had a lot of catches. He had like 77 or something.
It was something nuts like that. Yeah. And he had like 100+ targets. I mean.
Yeah, so him and Chris Carson are both 26, but Fournette just turned 26.
Yeah. Similar age. But I like Fournette better than Carson. I think that there's.
No, I agree with you, and I didn't put these in orders of talent. Like, I think Aaron Jones is the most talented, but Fournette, for the bargain that you'd get him for compared to Aaron Jones, he might be the most valuable free agent out there.
Yeah. I like him on the Bills. I think if we're talking, Gabe, about my Niners, and if we had to go out and get one of these running backs, I don't see any possible realm that we're going to pay the price for Aaron Jones. But, if we could go out and get a guy like Fournette to supplement Mostert, I think both of them would easily finish us top 20 guys.
I would be down for that because, even Mostert, he's not that big, I mean, we've had a lot of small guys there lately. I want a big running back, and I would be cool with that.
Yeah. And listen, we want to win, man. This guy just won a Super Bowl with Brady.
And he played well in the playoffs.
He was arguably one of the most important offensive guys, I would say, in that Super Bowl. I mean, Gronk, Brady, obviously we know those guys, but other than that, he stepped up big time. So I like him.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember watching, and I was like, Antonio Brown caught a touchdown. Gronk caught 2 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette scored a touchdown. All 3 of those guys were brought in later because Brady wanted them there.
Yeah.
Crazy. Justin, where do you see Fournette going this offseason, man?
I had an idea, but now I really like both of your ideas. That sounds really tight, but I love the change, but I don't think change is happening. I think he's going to resign. They just won.
I think they want to bring him back, but I don't know if they will.
They got a lot of things. This is going to be a situation where they say, listen, hey, we got Brady for 1 more year, probably take a little pay cut. We'll sign another 1 year. Let's win it back and then go get your money. So I think they're going to lose one, but I don't think he's going to be one of them. It's hard because they may like Jones. They have Keyshawn Vaughn. I don't know, but I just think they had such a nice run that everyone's going to want to run it back. So it's not – correct me if I'm wrong, he's already got paid, so he's not necessarily chasing a whole lot of money. but who's going to turn down money? So you're fighting that. But to me, he stays at the Bucks. They run it back.
Yeah,
I could see that. I mean, Mike Evans, I believe Mike Evans already said he'll like redo his deal so they can have some more cap space.
Yeah,
which is
and I'm pretty sure. So when we talk about a guy like Aaron Jones, he's made $2 million over his first 4 years, or $3 million total combined.
Mm-hmm.
Fournette was a top 10 pick.
Wasn't he the 4th pick overall?
Yeah, so he's already made $30 million.
And when when he got cut by the Jags, he still got paid, and then he got paid by the Bucks.
He got $2 million more from the Bucks.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. He's gotten
like
$30 million.
We can't feel bad for this guy.
No, I mean it's not an Aaron Jones situation where I have to go cash that money.
But you know what's funny though? Like, look, maybe 2 years ago, right? We're like, ooh, Fournette. We valued him as like a top 10 guy like 2 years ago, and I don't think he's fallen that far as talent wise. Like, I just think it was all attitude and personality that didn't work with the Jaguars.
You're playing for the Jags, dude. It's
you
hard
bring
to
him into the Bucks, and yeah, dude, I think he's definitely the second most talented guy on this list, like as far as right now.
Yeah.
Gabe, are you gonna change our minds, man?
No, I'm not going to change your minds. I'm going to agree with you, Jacob. I think Seattle is a perfect spot. Look at that. They've brought in guys like Josh Gordon before. Joseph mentioned the troubled past of Leonard Fournette. Pete Carroll just fits that mantra. He's an identical runner to Chris Carson in that he's hard-nosed, ground and pound, runs it up the middle, hand me the ball 24 times in a game, and I'm going to get you 2 touchdowns and 90 yards. He's just a monster in between the tackles. And I think that's a great pick. He's probably going to sign him to a prove-it deal or something like that. So he's not going to be worth a ton of money like an Aaron Jones or maybe even a Kenyon Drake that they're kind of looking at that type of money, right? He's going to be a lot cheaper, and I think he's going to be a good fit. So, Jacob, I agree with you there. Joseph, I'm bringing up the 49ers again. 2 years ago, they gave a little man by the name of Jerick McKinnon $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that kind of defeats my argument back in my face. So never mind. I'm re-pulling it back. I don't want to mention it anymore. Leonard Fournette going to Seattle.
You're right. We've paid running backs before, Gabe, but that was a much different team.
Exactly. As I said it, I regretted it.
But one thing I do want to mention, you said a prove-it deal in Seattle. And my problem with that is Leonard Fournette had 450 yards in the playoffs, guys.
He already proved it. He never didn't prove it.
He had you go back and look at his season stats and you're like, this is very unimpressive. You had 400 yards on the ground. And
well, this was his worst season because he didn't play that much.
Yeah, exactly. He had 100 attempts on the ground. He had 36 catches. It wasn't a bad year by any means. He just wasn't the guy.
There's a reason he balled out in the Super Bowl. No one valued him for some odd reason when he never did anything besides do well in Jag. As a Jag, so I agree. He's going to get paid. He's not going to get paid.
I think he'll be one of the cheaper running back options. So maybe not entirely inexpensive, like I'm saying, a prove-it deal, but he'll probably be one of the cheapest free top running backs out there, free agents.
Well, I think I kind of agree with Gabe because I don't think he's going to get like a Aaron Jones deal. I don't think he's going to get a 4-year, $25 million guaranteed type deal, but I can see like a 2-year, $20 million deal.
That's why he's going to resign. Because if he's not going to get his big money, why not just get money and win?
Because he's behind Ronald Jones.
I don't think he's behind him. I don't think he's behind him.
If Fournette is like, I want to be the guy, then who knows?
Didn't Melvin Gordon just sign for like 2 years 16 or 2 years 24?
Something like I think it'll be just like a Melvin Gordon deal.
But he's better than Melvin Gordon, man.
I agree.
If he takes Melvin Gordon money, which Melvin Gordon was fresh off a holdout and not happy, we knew he was moving on no matter what, and the Broncos were stupid to pay him when Lindsey was better. But if he takes that money, someone just got a huge bargain because I think he's worth, like you said, Jacob, at least $220. That's a minimum for what I think he should be getting paid.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting.